stage is set. The team and your voice could come wave your flag. Back your favorite team as Total Energies CAF African Nations Championship 2024 right here on home soil.
Here at the Kenya Bureau of Standards, we do not just set the standards, we set the. Just like our footballer, in excellence, integrity, and protecting what matters most, you, our consumer. To buy, to the KBC is your silent defender. Safety, quality, and fairness every step of the way. As you cheer your favorite Harambee Stars, of course. Every timer, every goal, whistle, there's a standard that holds strong. The home of standards. On KBC, you are true integrity. That's the standard we live by. KBC, life. Viwango kwa
kubwa ziwa ndio hii. Kijana. Sasa moja tu.
Hapana. Amekuliwa na hawezi kutoa maziwa kama kawaida kwa sababu ana magonjwa
ya ufugaji wako. Zuia kupe kwa kutumia Kenya. Kupe 100%. Elgon Kenya. Lives through technology.
Anaichanja ndani. Michuano ya CAF ya 24 ni njia ya kuzindua kupanua nguni. Timu itakayoza Marekani milioni 3 ivunia kulinyanyua kombe hilo. Pata manufaa zaidi kutoka kwa CHAN 2024 mubashara na runinga ya KBC Channel 1, mwenzio wa dhati michezoni.
Kenya, a very, very special Chan 2024 here on KBC Channel 1, your home for live and football's most exciting stage for local talent. Yes, and months of anticipation, inspection, and passion finally happened. Yeah, Chan is officially kicking off to. The countdown is no longer in months, is in hours. The stadiums are ready, and Kenya, alongside Kenya, is ready to belong to the biggest. I'm Caren, Kibbett, live from. Hand you back to my colleague Carol. Wairimu, take it away.
Indeed, it is the eve of the African Nations Championship, Chan. Karibu to Easy Friday, but first, the day's highlights.
Which will ensure robust coverage for both standard and HD transmission. So expect very high quality broadcast from KBC.
We are ready for Chan. KBC confirms preparedness to broadcast the 8th edition of Championship, Chan.
Experience yetu ni coach other countries na Kenya vile watachezea game.
Harambee Stars odds. Kenyans with high national soccer team make in Chan. The broken bet, harmless coin, but says are dire on betting addicts of football. And DAPK pitting you against Trans Nzoia Governor George Natembeya rears its ugly head. From Kasarani Stadium, indeed, Chan Ikoke YouTube, and we are also live on our Twitter and also other social media handles. At KBC Channel 1 is our handle. You can tweet at Njenga if you want to tag me. And we started off with Chan Iko KBC, and that is the message from KBC's Managing Director, Agnes Kaleche, ahead of the start of the 8th edition of the African Nations Championship. The tournament is jointly hosted by Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda.
Goal and Dingra to
after success 2023 Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers and the 2024 Women's Africa Cup of Nations, your true sports partner KBC Channel 1 is ready to bring you the champion. This, KBC's Managing Director Agnes Kaleche says that the corporation has upgrades to ensure that Chan 2024 is effectively delivered.
Some upgrades which will ensure robust signal coverage for both standard and HD transmission. So expect very high KBC.
Besides KBC Channel 1, the tournament will be broadcast on
Other preparation is that we have partnership and will be able to offer people who do not have access to a TV station. We have Kenya who will be able to offer screens across all the country. So please watch out for, screens near you.
Chan 2024 features 19 teams and will have a total of 44 matches played in Nairobi, Kampala, Dar es Salaam, and Zanzibar. Chan, Iko KBC.
Expectations are high for so many. They get ready to cheer their favorite teams in the African Nations 2024, which kicks off this Saturday. However, a majority of Kenyan fanatics are not aware of the differences between CHAN and the African Cup of Nations, AFCON. He has compiled a comprehensive story to shed more light on the difference between the two football tournaments. Take a look.
Brilliant stunner!
Refined atmosphere and extra football bonanza has taken over the mood of this August as the Africa Nations Championship CHAN 2024 kicks off this Saturday. Tournament is a biannual African organized by the Confederation of African Football CAF and first announced in September 2007. However, the participating teams must consist of players playing in their national. The conception on 11th September during a CAF in Johannesburg, South Africa, with homegrown players opportunities to represent their nations globally.
Kenya.
Meanwhile, Africa Cup of Nations AFCON, International Men's Association Football Competition in Africa, June 1956, when the creation of the Confederation of African Football was proposed during the third FIFA Congress in Lisbon.
The celebrations there. The man.
Unlike CHAN, AFCON is limitations in terms of player eligibility, no matter where they play their club football. This means a Kenyan player playing for Chelsea in the English Premier League, for example, can but not feature for CHAN. While AFCON is about crowning the best team in Africa, CHAN is about developing future stars. Championship CHAN 2024 is to be beamed live on KBC. CHAN gives players playing the showcase their skills and talents, unlike the Africa Cup of Nations AFCON, which is used to crown nations and improve their FIFA rankings. Reporting for Easy Friday from International Muoki.
Now, as Kenya gears up for her first match, I'm going to take us through how Kenya's preparedness is. Caren, over to you.
Thank you very much, Carol Njenga. Yes, the countdown is no longer in hours, but the countdown is in days. I'm now joined by two esteemed gentlemen who have been behind the scenes, and they are that the CHAN 2024. Joining me in studio first at football, the man who's led Sekafa for over 20 years, the local organizing committee for CHAN 2024, Nicholas Musonye, and alongside the government and of Kenya and all the infrastructure, the logistics, and the national pride. Secretary at the Ministry of Sports, Mr. Evans Choki. Gentlemen, and thank you for joining us. This big day is just hours away. Let's talk about how we got here and how ahead. Mr. Musonye, with CHAN officially kicking off tomorrow, can you confidently say that Kenya is ready?
Thank you very much, Kibbett. I want to confidently tell you I'm ready for CHAN on Sunday. It is a long journey that we have taken through. We have been very, very, very patient. and we have been very, very sure that this tournament takes place. As you realize, we have failed twice before.
Oh, yes.
So we could not do it, not under the current leadership that we have. So we decided, and we made a deliberate effort to ensure that place.
What's still skeptical about the stadium readiness?
Kenyans should not be doubting all the time. People doubt. For me, I rarely, because I know when I make a decision to deliver something, I must do it. So I decided, given the mandate to ensure that this competition takes place, I said under every condition that either positive or negative, I must ensure. And that's where we are. We are now talking about hours. Those who have been doubting for the last few months, they should lay their task. But we are organizing Chan, and in a very successful manner. It will
Thank
be
you
very
very much.
successful.
Mr. Achoki, it's the eve of Chan 2024. How is the ministry in its logistics to ensure a smooth kickoff tomorrow?
Thank you very much for having me here this evening. And the ministry, we are ready. We are set for the big day, for the tournament. This morning we had a security review meeting, and measures are all in place. Tomorrow we also have a delegation that is going to Dar es Salaam, and Kenya versus DR are prepared for the tournament. All the teams have arrived that are going to participate in Kenya, and so
and Mr. Musonyi, eve of Chan, what does this moment personally mean to you, considering you have been at the helm for so many years?
Thank God. I want to thank God for making me the chairman of LOC and to steer this competition, because when I was appointed as the chairman of the LOC, that we had no infrastructure, we had no stadia, we had no football appetite to organize anything. You know, Kenyans at some time, they had no appetite for football, to organize anything football. I sat myself and I said, look, if I've been given this responsibility, I should deliver. So Sunday is a momentous occasion for me and the country at large. Because this is a moment we will show the world that Kenya is capable of organizing any. I have said before, Kenya alone and Chan alone. Stuff we have, the infrastructure, the facilities we have around Kenya, on Chan on our own. But on Sunday is a momentous Kenyans that it is not easy to host an African competition of this magnitude. In Africa, Tanzania. But as you all know, it's the big of Africa. Let Kenyans be proud of what hands. An occasion that in the history of this country, in the history of the leadership of this country, that after failing twice, we are now realizing our dream of being at the pillar of sports in Africa. Because we are hosting Africa. The headquarters of Africa is now in Nairobi.
In Nairobi.
Yes. The headquarters of Africa is now in Nairobi. So this is a momentous occasion that we must be proud of as a nation. This tournament should hold us together as a country.
How about Mr. Achoki? When we see you, we see infrastructure. What does this particular tournament personally mean to you?
Thank you very much. We have taken time to prepare, and in terms of coordination with the 3 East African countries, we have the ministers have been meeting physically and responsible for sports. We also have the 3 LOCs physically, and we also have technical teams that have been meeting physically and virtually. We have also had CAF inspections that have been coming to ensure that to guide us so that we meet the standards that are. We are ready. So all that the gets to the 6 hours before the game, and we ask that all Kenyans and all those who will be attending the games to follow the instructions that will be given and follow the signages that where to go, how to get into the stadium, and where you are going to sit. And also to just urge Kenyans to be vigilant. If you see anything suspicious, if you see anything, we are saying if you see anything, say it and we will sort it out. Thank you.
So Mr. Achoki, the Pamoja bid had an estimated budget of $39 million that harmonized both 3 countries. How was the financial management for this tournament, and how much has Kenya spent so far?
In terms of what we have spent on infrastructure to renovate the stadiums to the required standards. We have spent money on the local organizing committee, and we have also spent money to pay the hosting fees. And so all that has been done and settled. And so now we are ready to of this tournament. And some of the benefits of this tournament include, first of all, because the last time Kenya hosted an event of this magnitude was 40 years ago. And so that is one of. The second one is that visitors, we expect more than 500 spectators, fans to the country. We expect a boom in the hospitality industries, among other benefits that we will derive from this tournament. Yes.
Mr. Musonye, we lost the bid twice, in 1996, in the 2018 CHAN. How did you push through, knowing that we were almost losing this? What lessons were learnt from the failed bids?
I remember in 1996, I was in media for AFCON. I was a young reporter at that time. So I was in that committee, and we lost it because there was no goodwill. There was no goodwill, and when we lost it, South Africa took it last minute. So I learned something about it. Then in 2018, we were given the mandate to host the CHAN in Kenya alone. And because of some reasons, which I will not disclose, we lost it. So when I was given the mandate as the chairman of the LOC, and I want to thank the President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Ruto, we were told this time this tournament should not fail. Because to fail 3 times in an you are a very poor person. To fail 3 times in Standard 7 or in Form 4 or in Form 6, the one we did many years ago, it means you are a very bad candidate. So I said Kenya should not be classified as a failed 3 times. So we went out of our way. And I want to thank the government, Minister of Sports particularly, Mr. Achoki's Continental, to ensure that the Minister of Sports and the President of the Republic for ensuring that we make you have seen here. This stadium is now very modern. Nyayo is very modern. Can doubt our ability to organize this event. So I am proud of that. Proud of that. This tournament together through the effort of the government of sure that we
Beautiful. Of fans, so many people are particular fans are in place and transport.
I said that we have an plan that we have developed. It has been had dry runs. And therefore, plan is in place. We also have an emergency response plan that we have developed. Apart from that, the transport system, we have agreed and it has the transport sector, and so what we are saying is that not all of us will have room to drive into the stadium, but you can park your car somewhere where the designated into the stadium.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr. Choki. And at that point, we now take a short break right here on Easy Friday. We'll be back. And when we Chan is being seen as a dress rehearsal for AFCON 2027. This. Our two guests right here will be shedding more light on that. Don't go too far. We will be right back after this short break.
Si niliwaambia kama kawaida,
kama sio Kavagara. Nilisikia wapi sherehe mbira?
Naoijua wanaijua na chapo. Kama hujakula siseme umekula ugali, chapo yapendeza.
Hii chapati ni tamu sana.
Sere bila Kavagara.
Dukani usitishe unga, itisha Kavagara.
In the name of Jesus, tarajia ukanyange hatua mbele. Wengine wametawaliwa na uchawi, wakati wao umefika. Wewe umenitazama siku ya leo. Neema na kibali cha Bwana kikawe
the land of Harambee. Tunainuka pamoja.
Nguvu ni moja. Pearl of Africa. Welcome everyone.
Welcome back. Thank you for joining us right here on KBC Channel 1 for this very special Chan 2020 right here in Kasarani. And before we took a short break, we have been joined right now by the president of the Football Kenya Federation, Hussein Mohamed, who has joined. It's Mr. Nicholas Musonye, who is the chairman of the local organizing committee, and Mr. Evans Achoki, the administrator at the Ministry of Sports. Karibu sana, Mr. President. Before you joined us, we had Mr. Nicholas and Mr. Achoki talking about the behind the scenes, what it took to bring Chan to what it is right now. Federation. I'd love to talk for you to talk about the preparedness of the Harambee Stars.
Much for having me on the show, and it's a great pleasure and honor of joining my colleagues who have worked tirelessly to make sure that this event is successful. The national assure Kenyans that we have done everything in our power as a federation, in conjunction with the government of Kenya, who's our biggest supporter today, to put everything the team performs well. If you look at the history of now the national team, in the last couple of months since we took office in December of last year, you will notice that we've really improved the standards across the board, from their accommodation to their travel, their welfare. Together with this government, we have ensured that no stone has been left unturned, and to preparing the team from the technical bench. You know, now Benny McCarthy is leading that department with a very able technical team behind him, new football development director who's fully responsible for the development of football across the board, and we are ready, and we are ready to go, and the team is inspired. I had a word with the coach today. His spirits are very high. In large numbers to celebrate what will happen here on Sunday. It's going to be historic for sure.
And what opportunities do you see for Kenyan based opportunity for them to shine and possibly launch their international careers?
Definitely, you will find that this presents Chan presents usually the best platform for local. They hone their talent and their skills, and later on in other tournaments, when they join with their international counterparts for bigger tournaments, you will have a more cohesive, more experienced team that will take us even to greater heights when it comes to AFCON, when it comes to World Cup qualifiers, and so on. So this is a very, very important stage for the footballers themselves. Very, very critical for them to be able to use this opportunity to catapult this level.
And now a question to Mr. Acho. government ministry looking to sustain the momentum beyond Chan, because we also AFCON 2027?
Yes, of course, now that we have Chan has developed, has made us to have good facilities, we have good stadiums, we have good, so that means that our now and also the government will for attracting other local and international tournaments. The coming footballers can also opportunity to showcase their talents as we look forward for AFCON 2027. We look forward for more of those engagements because now that we have good facilities that we have developed.
Now, sporting events usually have an economic ripple effect. What are some of the short-term and long-term economic impacts that from hosting tournament, Chan?
Which by extension our hospitality industry. The other one is also that a lot of capital into the economy. This tournament, if the week we have quite an engaged. He has activities here, and so that apart from opportunity for that be in the international quite some for 1 month, and those short term and the long as a ministry.
Nico, what would success look like come the final Chan tournament?
First, earlier how we manipulated the politics around this competition to take place. This tournament was supposed to take place in February. You remember?
Yes.
I and the president here were in the office for only 1 month. And no infrastructure in place. So I had an opportunity. And I told him, if we organize this tournament in February, it will be a very bad thing that will ruin our image as a country. Me and him and the former minister, we decided to maneuver our ways to CAF to make sure that we don't organize the tournament in February to compromise our image. Through ways, we made sure that this tournament was postponed to give us time
to prepare.
If we had organized this tournament in February, it would have been a very sham thing to compromise our effort of 2027. That's history. Now, for me personally, organize this tournament to the complete manner. I'll be a very proud person. Because it is one of the major competitions in Africa. For it to succeed and to end successfully, the pride of the President of the Federation and the President of the Republic of Kenya. All Kenyans as large. So it will be a very momentous occasion to see it to a successful conclusion.
What next for you? Do you go back home and relax, or do you to AFCON 2027?
I'll leave that to God. Because you can decide you tomorrow. It is only God who can decide for you. After completion, we leave everything to God to decide where, isn't it?
Yes.
We can't predict.
You can't. Mr. President, what would you want to be remembered for in this particular tournament?
I think first is that we have been able to host this historic event on our home soil. It's definitely something to be proud of. Of course, it's not only our effort, it was a concerted effort from government, from the Football Federation, from the LOC that has successfully delivered. So that would be the first thing. The second thing, I'm very hopeful that, of course, our national team will put up a very good performance. Like I said, Ireland has really stepped up in terms of supporting the national team. And we had a complete technical bench that has not had historical or issues in terms of their welfare, in terms of remuneration. We've managed so well. And that, I think, will be our legacy. That will be what will be remembered for, that we did everything we can to make it to succeed in this particular tournament. Other than that, there'll be other legacy programs that will come out of Chan. Knowledge, the skills that staff would have gained. That is legacy, again, that will last for a very long time. They'll be able to pass this knowledge and information to the next generation. These better events. There will also be the infrastructure legacy. Proud of a lot of training facilities would have been built. Our infrastructure improved. When you look at Nyayo Stadium back and Kasarani, so these are legacy that we will be very proud of once this tournament is over.
And 1 second each, kindly. Would you like to give fans across the country tonight ahead of Kenya's first match?
Thank you. I want to say that for you to access the stadium, you must buy. Tickets are sold online. And if you cannot afford a ticket, please stay at home and look for a TV, and KBC Channel 1 will transmit the live.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. President.
Mine, all the best to ask Kenyans to rally behind the national. Of course, to thank and to welcome all our guests, and to also wish our counterparts, our neighbors who are also organizing the event as Pamoja, Uganda and Tanzania, Republic of Tanzania, to and together as we are really looking forward to a very, very.
Thank you so much. And finally, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. My final comment and my rally to Kenyans is, let us have that spirit of Harambee. The spirit of Harambee has held us together for many years, since independence. Let us really rally behind the Harambee Stars and let commitment of unity as a country. Harambee Stars is our unifying factor. We are rallying behind the Harambee Stars as our as a country. Let us demonstrate that spirit of unity at this moment in our lives.
Thank you very much. Those were insightful comments from Mr. Nicholas, Chairman, also our President, FKF, Mr. Hussein Mohammed, and the Administrative Secretary, Minister Evans Achoki. And I'm not alone. I'm here on the Mwendwa, who has been closely monitoring the progress and the atmosphere here. More about the facility right here at Kasarani Stadium. I do not know if you can hear me. Dan Mwenda, can you hear me?
Thank you so much at Caren, Kibbett, the changing rooms of the Moi International. Remember, we've been counting months, we've been counting days since the 16th of September, when Patrice Motsepe launched and said the East African Pamoja bid will be hosting the African Nations Championships. Remember, Repeat tomorrow, Tanzania with Burkina Faso. Then later, Kenya will be Republic of Congo. And now, how prepared the standards, the world branded ahead of the tournament? And as you can see, these are the host team or the home team changing rooms. Let's see, come with me and let's see what is in the changing room. And as you can see, wow, the Kenyan and the local organizing committee have really worked hard. The wardrobes, they are and as you can see, each wardrobe has a switch, has a power switch cable. Look at as you can see, they are as comfortable as possible, and apart from that, that there are safe boxes where a player valuables, and they will always be for all the 90 minutes playing. Look at the as you can see, before the announcement, CAF had come and inspected that the stadium, and they are not qualified standards of CAF, and therefore even Nambole Stadium was affected, was also to get some rise stadiums. From then we to the tactical where the players and the coach always come here. Then the coach will give instructions. As you can see, this is a coach tactical board, very ready for CHAN. And as you can see, even we have individual tactical boards where a coach, any person will just be guided on how the games, on where to improve in as a player. So we can all systems go ahead of the African Nations Championship, and Kenya is ready. For those who cannot come and watch in large numbers, in the tickets are maybe sold out, they can watch all the action on KBC Channel 1, because CHAN iko KBC. For now, we're going to take a short break. Don't go too far. Thank you.
Wewe kijana, sasa imepungua mpaka kikombe kimoja. Maana una lady ndefu zangu.
Huyu ng'ombe wako amekuliwa na kupe, karibu afariki. Hawezi kutoa maziwa kama kawaida kwa sababu ameliwa na kupe, ana magonjwa
ya ufugaji wako. Zuia kupe kwa kutumia Kenya, ambayo inaangamiza kupe 100%. Elgon Kenya, transforming farms and lives through technology.
CAF ya mataifa ya Afrika 2024 ni njia ya kuzindua wachezaji ulimwenguni. Timu itakayoshinda itazawadiwa dola za Marekani milioni 1 na kujivunia kulinyanyua kombe hilo. Pata manufaa zaidi kutoka kwa CHAN 2024 mubashara na kipute cha kipekee kwenye runinga ya KBC Channel 1, mwenzio wa dhati michezoni.
Ladies and gentlemen, the stage is set. 24. Please watch out for every thrilling goal, every breathtaking moment on our radio stations, on our TV, our social media pages. CHAN iko KBC.
Welcome back. Indeed, go, as you've heard from Caren Kibbett there with the organizer, from Daniel Mwendo, who has just taken us through the Kasarani Stadium and how ready we are as. Now we change gears now and take a look at the headlines or other stories that have been making headlines. We have the joint peace initiative between and the Southern African Development, the East African, or rather on the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, has now been officially adopted by the African Union, marking a race against time to address a deepening. A high-level meeting convened by President William Ruto and Emerson Munaga, the initiative alongside the panel, reached consensus to terminate other concurrent peace processes. Resolution for
at State House, Nairobi, hosted Zimbabwe's President Emerson, serving as co-chair of the peace process. In attendance were peace mediators, former President Uhuru Kenyatta, former Ethiopian President Saleh Wak Zewde, former Botswana President Mokgweetsi Masisi, and former Central African Catherine Samba Panza. The meeting follows an earlier summit of heads of state alongside former Nigerian President Olusegun Obasanjo to steer the peace process and Luanda processes. The two leaders jointly urged all parties in the Eastern DRC conflict to honor the roadmap for peace achieved so far.
The situation in DRC continues to be. There is a humanitarian situation, there is a serious security situation, and not only affects Eastern DRC, not only affects DRC, also
has negatively impacted the lives and livelihoods of the people of Eastern DRC for far too long. Allow me to underscore my readiness and that of our two regional blocs to constantly engage with you and facilitate our important work until peace and stability is realized in Eastern DRC.
In a joint framework under the African Union structure, leaders said to be keen to take ownership of resolving.
Our proposal to the Africa Union state was in processes in current process and instructed that EAC SADC undertake that exercise, which we have done. It's a turning point.
Immediate measure of the EAC SADC and A to comprise Union Mediator, EAC SADC panel of facilitators to report to the joint EAC SADC summit and the African Union.
Following the signing of a Washington Accord between DRC and Rwanda, with the M23 emphasized the need to sync with the
any participate in this exercise where to take any other initiative. Whenever we need any resources, and whoever is willing to process by way of contributing resources or whatever, now have a coherent mechanism under the Africa Union.
Through your astute leadership, we remain hopeful that our two regions, and indeed the continent, will finally help to achieve peace, relief, and reconciliation in the Eastern DRC, with it recovery and ultimately sustainable development.
Meanwhile, all humanitarian interventions in the Eastern DRC coordinated by the African Union Commission. John Jacob Curia, Easy Friday.
There is no cause for alarm for Kenyan traders in Tanzania and Tanzanian traders in Kenya. Speaking in Kajiado, Murkomen said Kenya and Tanzania enjoy good relations, and their people despite the recent directive by the Tanzanian all traders from foreign countries. The CS is engaging its counterpart in Tanzania to resolve the matter.
Chumba Murkomen on Friday led the Jukwaa la Usalama County Security Tour in Kajiado County. The CS revealed inflict challenges in Kajiado with 22 years. Land conflict of issues of concern for the Kajiado residents.
See women and children being attacked by lions from it's not something to take lightly. It's a matter of utmost concern, and it's an issue that we will forward to our sister agencies and be able to handle this issue.
To assure and Tanzanian traders in Kenya of their safety. Tanzania's move to ban small foreign Murkomen saying the two countries were engaging closely.
Kenya is very robust. There is nothing to retaliate against that can be handled by governments, the two governments. So I believe Kenyans are safe in Tanzania, just like Tanzanians are safe in Kenya. The Ministry of African Trade and Foreign Affairs, and they're handling those issues. I have no doubt these issues will be handled.
While responding to former Army on charging top security officials in the Hague base, Murkomen said the police strictly within the demos.
I am very in my mind that myself and the IG and the worked diligently within the Constitution, within the confines of the Constitution. And given another chance like that, we will do the same. We don't have the time to do experimental ideas on who will.
Earlier, the CS also inspected houses for police in Kajiado. Is a Friday in Kajiado County.
Career goal. Ni muda wa kuhesabu kwa na asili ya soka barani Afrika na magwiji wasiotambulika.
Mangeni Alvin anaichanja ndani uzuri.
Mataifa ya Afrika 2020 wa kupanua mtandao wa wachezaji ulimwenguni. Wa dola za Marekani milioni 3.5 pamoja na kujivunia kulinyanyua kombe hilo. Pata manufaa zaidi kutoka kwa CHAN 2024 mubashara kwenye runinga ya mwenzio wa dhati michezoni.
Welcome back. You're still watching Easy Friday. Indeed, Chan Eco KBC. Now, we move on with other stories making headlines this day. The supremacy battle within DAP-K party deepened Friday at the party's Nairobi County, police officers were forced to intervene to thwart an impending clash between a faction led by DAPK party leader Eugene Wamalwa by Trans Nzoia Governor George Natembeya. Trouble started when the faction allied to Natembeya attempted to gain entry into the premises during a meeting of the National Management Committee, who were deliberating on petition demanding the removal of Wamalwa as the party leader. Our reporter Abdiaziz Hashim has details of the supremacy battle.
Friday, police officers have been that leads to the. There are two led by the Eugene Wamalwa and another led by Trans Nzoia County Mayor, who are battling for the soul of the said party.
In fact, we have said anyone who wishes to run for any seat in our parties, and we have space. The opportunity to be the party leader, nitaichukua.
After the meeting, as Eugene, there is a serious dispute between members of the party leadership.
That we have received petitions, including against myself, yours truly, the party leader, Governor Natembeya, my deputy. And the party belongs to all the members. But the one was a kunda chama mwenyewe na members na kuja wakutoe. Why didn't I force myself? Then again, leo kama ni
Eugene Wamalwa further played down a tussle between him and Natembeya, but stated that the National Executive Committee NEC of the in the next 14 days to appoint a will handle the disquiet and the petitioner lodged by
because we've heard of a party called CORD. If there is evidence that he has registered that and maybe promoted the ideas of a party other than the party. Kama nimeunda chama yake chama changu naona nimeregister a member. How do you say, can they produce evidence kama nimeunda chama? No, we have. These are petitions by a deputy, different members. Kama ingekuwa ningewaita hapa na nitangaza kwamba nimekuwa party leader sahi, hiyo ni kutopol. But we are rebranding the party. We want to just rebrand the party.
The party confirmed that they will ask the Rigathi Gachagua to steer clear of the Malava by-election to allow DAPK to solidify the Western region.
And DAPK may be asking them to do the honorable thing to support the leading candidate. It is the determination of this coalition. Wengi mnagawa kura lafu so that those can kama tunaweza kuwa na candidate moja ambayo yuko
Abdiaziz Hashim.
Professor Kithure Kindiki says the Kenyan Kwanza government is on track to deliver at least 50% of its pre-election pledges by the end of its first term. Speaking at Kibbett Boys High School during an empowerment program in Baringo Central, the second-in-command said the peace and stability currently witnessed in Baringo is due to the government's security strategy, noting that the state of affairs has now opened doors for growth in agriculture, education and health. Kindiki also revealed that 70,000 teachers have been employed so far, 100,000 in 2026. The revival of Kazi Mtaani focused model.
Rais Ruto anatosha atoshi? Rais Ruto anaweza hawezi? Si ni mtu ya kazi? Si tumeimarisha usalama? Si Mungu ametujalia sasa tumepunguza mambo ya wizi wa ng'ombe hii Baringo yetu hii? Si mahali kwingine wananchi wamerudi kuendelea na biashara zao na ukulima? Kwa hivyo ndio tunasema two term ni usalama wa Baringo uendelee kuimarika jameni.
Sisi tumekwako katika tatizo ya usalama kwa miaka 25. Tulikuwa tumefunga mashule 13. Leo ninaposimama hapa, hiyo mashule tumefungua, ile imepaki ni 4 tu
Tujasema tunasimamisha mipango ya serikali. Mipango ya serikali inaendelea. Lakini tunasema wakati mipango ya serikali inaendelea kwa pande hii ingine pia tunafanya empowerment. Tunasaidia kina mama na vijana. Ndio badala ya kwenda kuomba pesa kwa Fuliza, wanapata float kidogo, wanasongesha mpaka inakuwa kitu.
Even as we rally behind Harambee Stars, we want to know whether KBC is ready to broadcast all the matches. Daniel Wahome, right there on the screen, is ready to tell us how prepared we are as KBC to bring you live matches. Over to you, Wahome.
Thank you very much, Wairimu. And yes, Chan Eco KBC, and I'll tell you, today was and see how ready we are and how much we can engage with the public in an easy way, such that we can reach out to first our colleagues of Chan Eco KBC and also with the public. Because after one full day of preparations, you can see that we had a team in Kasarani and you could have a feel of that. We did Secretary Administration at the State Department for Sport, Mr. Evans Achoki, Nicholas Musonye, who is the chief of the local President Hussein Mohammed. But let's talk about things from the KBC perspective. KBC, jezi nambari 9 mgongoni, Elina Shiveka.
Thank you.
And let's just get straight to this conversation. First of all, about today and the experience that, you know, our colleagues and members of the public who passed by the gate, you know, just wondering what's going on at the gates of BH.
Yes, we had to make the noise, and we've been making the noise that we have Chan Eco. We've seen, we started with teasers, we've had promotions, we've had people Vox Pop coming from Mombasa, Kisumu, Busia, Kakamega, and we just want Kenyans, if you don't, just a study, watch Chan Eco hapa.
Yes. Now, the other thing is, you know, everyone knows that rights acquisition are a different story, and it's a lot of KBC acquiring these rights for the year 2024. But we've had a couple of them this year, the Women's AFCON and now Chan.
Home and our viewers, our audience, getting rights, when you see us airing any sporting event, it means we've spent money. And we are very lucky. The government supported us fully. These rights were acquired in 2023. And you remember we had the delayed AFCON, which was supposed to happen in 2023. It happened in 2024. So this was a package and other CAF events. So when we paid for the rights, they're very expensive, and we would not do it as KBC, the sports fund to the Ministry of Sports and through our own ministry, enabled us to acquire these rights. And these rights, it was a package, and we were very happy because after AFCON, we've had even AFCON qualifiers where the same package enabled us beam the event live. We've just had the WAFCON that ended the other day. Unfortunate, our girls, Harambee Stars, because we had a problem during the qualifiers. We had the ban by FIFA, but we are happy that now Chan has been pushed. It was supposed to have taken place last year. We are happy by Dr. Patrice Motsepe lived in this bid. East African, the 3 countries. And remember, it was supposed to happen in February because all the 3 countries. Now we've banned the midnight oil. We can see our infrastructure has improved. Kasarani is looking beautiful. Nya is also doing well. And we believe that as we continue, we have to tell Kenyans that KBC is really your true sports big event. Any sporting event, major sporting event happening continentally, or just tune in. Na kama
of these rights, because people ask, all the time, ask streamed, and is radio, and also the what we'll call, because it's free to air. Just explain the scope of this kind of rights so that people understand.
Okay, as a national broadcaster, our rights, there are usually two types of rights. We have the pay TV, and those are channels where you have to pay before you watch. But broadcaster, we have, ours is free to air. Free to air, meaning that nobody pays to watch us. And these rights that were exclusive for free to air, and we are exclusive to Kenyan territory. And online, of course, people always can we watch it? Those ones who are not at the stadium, and those who are not watching at home on the screens. This time we are very happy. The good news is able to watch this channel online, because there are conditions also for streaming. This time we thank so that Kenyans can really watch the matches wherever they are. You can be able to watch it on your phone, so because you'll be streaming. So taken care of everybody, and also on radio we are going to show. We are going 13, and of course led by Radio Taifa. We have Pwani, the guys from Embu. We have Matu. We have Ingo, people in the Western Kenya. We have Mayenga. You'll hear all the action on Mayenga, the people in Nyanza, Luo Nyanza. Kisii, we have Minto. Kajiado, where I come from, and Narok, we have Nosim. Yes, so we have catered for you. Either you're listening to us, you're watching us on TV, or you join us online.
Now I would like to take a back, and the conversation continues about radio. Alina can tell you the experiences of radio over the years that it has on society, and also we'll be talking about the activities that will, because we surely know that if you're winning with the Harambee Stars, you should also be winning with KBC. We take a short break. We'll be back.
In the name of Jesus Christ, Mungu yange hatua mbele. Wengine wametawaliwa na uchawi, wakati wao umefika. Wewe umenitazama siku ya leo. Neema na kibali cha Bwana kikawe
Kenyans, are you ready for CHAN?
3rd of August, we play our first match.
Here at Kasarani Stadium. Getting ready for the battle ahead.
To all our brothers, our lovers, and every Kenyan, we need your spirited cheers from the start.
Turn up. Be there.
Don't be left out.
Wakenya wenzangu, this August, something big is happening. Chan 2024 is here, and Harambee Stars are ready to shine. Let us come together and support our boys as they fight for glory. Tune in to KBC Channel 1 and let's cheer our boys. Because when Harambee Stars win, Kenya wins. Twende kazi, Team Kenya all the way.
Friday, eve of African Nations Championships. It's Chan 20 March at the Benjamin Mkapa Stadium in Dar es Salaam tomorrow. Yes, kickoff 8 p.m. but we'll have the opening ceremony slide. And as we build up to that, let's have a conversation keeping you engaged. And we're with the head of sports, Elena Shiveka. Elena, we've spoken about the rights acquisition, the activities we've had today, and also you mentioned the radio stations that will be covering this. Every tip of Kenya is covered, so don't worry wherever you are and in a language of your choice. What's been, the beauty of radio over the years, and also how, over the last 10 or so years, as we've seen the stations grow from 2 to 3 to about 14 full-time services now.
Radio is one big, when you're talking about broadcast media, radio is big. Radio is big. In fact, it's bigger than TV. Radio, the genesis of radio, thing that really brings people together, because wherever you are, you can be able to listen to radio. Wherever you are, you can be able to. And I thank KBC because geographically, that is our competitive advantage. So, and we decided that Radio Taifa alone is not enough. Go to the grassroots. And that's where we are. That's where we are having the Gemis, we are having Ingo, we are having Minto. So all the Kenyans, nobody is going to be left out, because our radio station, Channel 1, and I think Kenya will be happy, because, and that's why we fight to get these sporting rights, so that we make Kenyans happy. Our mandate is to entertain, to inform. Through sports, we are doing that. We are really doing our mandate as a national broadcaster.
Well, daily activities will be here. As you can see, there's a change of how the whole arrangement is. It has become easy. Here on we've had a full day, and everyone seemed to enjoy it. Tomorrow, repeat until we get to go to get the match from Dar es Salaam. Just give us a whole synopsis.
Okay, tomorrow is another big day for us. If you are in Nairobi, around Harithuku Road, we'll be outside there, entertaining and making Kenyans know that Chan equal KBC. In the morning, of course, we want to be blessed. We'll be at the SDA Church, Maxwell SDA Church, and there we'll be joining the congregants for as KBC, and also we'll be praying for our national team, Harambee Stars, because they are really in a killer pool, playing with the two most celebrated, that is Morocco, who have won it twice, who have also won the Chan. We need really God's intervention so that our team can really perform, but they are prepared. So from SDA Church to the studio. special, and of course it will be combined by Backyard, our religious musical show on Saturday. So Dunda, it will be a mixture. Everything is themed around Chan for the opening ceremony in the evening. From Chan, of course, from 1 to 2. We'll be dancing at the gate, at our gate, and welcoming everybody there. You can be able to pass by. We'll have soda. We'll have water there. And of course, our DJs are ready to play you all type of music. Chan Eco KBC. So from 2 to 4, we'll have Game On. We'll just be talking about Chan Eco KBC. Thereafter, we'll have then after Dunda, we'll have our main analysis. And then at 7:40, we'll take you to Mkapa, Benjamin Mkapa Stadium. The opening ceremony will be taking place. That is between Tanzania and Burkina Faso. And remember, we've sent our crew there, Kumu and our Kigali from our president in Tanzania.
Kweli, tutakuwa kwa jirani, and you know, we will be doing that. Thank you very much, Elena. And she's just given you a rundown of what's happening tomorrow. So 10 a.m., once you're done with your morning chores, join us on KBC Channel 1 until late. My name is Daniel Wahome. Thank you very much for being Eco KBC.
Chan Eco KBC.
So remember, that's the whole theme. And also, we can also find out the stories. And so Wairimu Njenga will be telling us about our brother Achola Simon, who's out in Busia County. What are the servos? And then Yavos saying about Pamoja and the community around that. Over to you, Wairimu.
Indeed, we are all over the country, and we've got you covered on TV, on radio, in the language of your Busia County with Simon Achola. Kenyans from that side of the county to know what is expected or what they're expecting from us. And he has been interviewing or engaging Mwachunga Chaunga, the county commissioner. To you, Achola Simon.
Well, thank you very much, Wairimu. Indeed, we're coming to you live from Busia County. Of course, we've been casting our eyes on happenings here at the border county, so that then we get to see exactly the preparations and the cross-border preparations in terms of ensuring that whoever is coming to Kenya is actually screened and they did not bring anything untoward in Kenya, but also security is actually beefed up just to ensure that indeed everything is fine. And with me is the Busia County Commissioner, who will actually be giving us details of exactly what they've done to ensure that indeed the country remains safe, both from diseases and also any criminal elements, even as this tournament kicks off tomorrow. Welcome, County Commissioner. Just introduce yourself and tell us what the government is actually doing in Busia County to ensure that even as the tournament kicks off tomorrow, that everything is in order.
Thank you very much. My name is Mwachunga Chaunga. I am the County Commissioner Busia. This is a border county, and indeed it is true that we have 2 border points, that is Malaba and Busia, and we have also other crossing points which are not very official, but the main entries are that one of Busia and Malaba, and we have quite a number of people moving from Uganda to Kenya, and from Kenya to Uganda, and of course even other neighboring countries like Rwanda, Burundi, Sudan. This is the gateway to Kenya from this other side. Because of the events that are taking place in East Africa, that is the football games that are starting tomorrow officially, we have prepared ourselves because we are alive to the fact that there is going to be a lot of movement of people crossing from the other side to Kenya, and equally from Kenya to the other side. So we have beefed up security. Security personnel have been increased in these entry points, and even those non-official points also. We have also deployed officers at every point that we feel that people could cross from either side.
Yes, fantastic. That is on the security front. But as a government, have also put in place measures in terms of just ensuring that each and every person who's actually screening, who is actually crossing over, is actually screened, putting in mind that actually our neighboring countries have actually been experiencing Mpox and Ebola.
Yeah, just before I respond to that one, maybe I just want to say that movement we allow Kenyans to move to Uganda, and also the Ugandans to move to Kenya without any challenges. But those who are going far, more than the stated 10 kilometers, of course they need to get passports, and the passports are being verified at the customs there. There are also temporary passports that could assist those people who want to do some quick movement. There's the East African one that takes about 6 months, and that one is for free, and you can obtain it from our customs. If you go to the border point there, you're able to get that one. There's also that one of 1 year where you are being charged. You can get it from a cyber, and still that is also equally a temporary passport, and one could use it for this particular time so that they can go either side to enjoy enjoy the games that are going on. That is what I will say. With regard to Mpox, as a county, today the number of those who have been affected in Busia is 59, and of course with the one death that took place around sometimes back around May or so. But currently the situation is stable. That is what I would rather say. The latest case was discovered about 3 days ago, and the medical doctors and the surveillance team at the port health there, they have quite a number of officers or doctors who are actually observing the situation. They are doing analysis, they are observing, and if they detect any case suspicious, they take these people to the health facilities for further testing. So basically, we don't have big challenges. Beside the numbers, quite a number of people are recovering, and others have also recovered. This is a total case. The 59 is basically a total case of those who have been affected. But we have quite a number of facilities within Busia town and even Malaba. And the county government has done actually a wonderful job in terms of preparation and in terms of management of the situation.
Fantastic, Bwana Commissioner. Just last question before we wrap up. There's a tendency of fans when they're actually going to watch soccer or they're going to do something and they're moving, tendency of actually some of them being rowdy. Just a message to fans who will actually be coming into the country as they move in large crowds, but also those that actually might be actually moving out of Kenya, going into the neighboring countries to watch the
games actually are fun to all of us. And in Kenya we have soccer fans, and it is true that there could be some movement, big movement of people, but we want to encourage our people that they abide by the laws. Even if they want to go to Uganda, they should follow the laws and the procedures that are laid down. And of course, as we go there, as we cheer our teams, we must cheer responsibly in a way that does not cause any unnecessary conflicts or chaos.
Fantastic. That is Commissioner of Busia County calling for responsibility, especially for fans and those that actually will be going out of the country, but critically also saying that in Busia County the identified cases so far of Mpox is 59, and the situation is actually under control. And they have actually stationed specialists across the border and all border points to ensure that indeed anyone who is coming in is actually screened. And if there's any case that will actually be detected, of course, action can actually be taken as quickly as possible. Wairimu, that is all we have for you from Busia County. Of course, we'll be giving you more details tomorrow as and when they unfold. Back to you.
And of course, Chola will be waiting for the details tomorrow. And security the points, and also Kenyans can be able to be on their now. Prior to hosting this championships, Chan, the last time of similar in 87, all has been such a long wrought with and legal, as if good who were also gearing up to host the 2027 nations. So, how did Daniel Mwenda take and the hurdles and the whole football back to life?
The iconic Moi International Sports Centre Kasarani was inaugurated with the All-African Games in 1987, extravaganza that brought the continent to Nairobi. Kenya bid to host the 1996 African Cup of Nations of African Football CAF. However, rules that Kenya were below standard and replaced Kenya with South Africa as host. 2 decades later, at Austin, the international was the 2018 African Nation Championship Nation Tournament years only, with the Continental Executive Committee giving the verdict that only one of the enough for the tournament, and recently Kenya also lost the bid for the host of the 2020. But back 2022, FIFA President Gianni Infantino, citing government federation, banned Kenya from all international football.
We had to suspend 2 of our member associations, Kenya and Zimbabwe, both for government interference in the activities of the football association. So these associations are suspended from all footballing activities with immediate effect.
The ban crushed the spirit of fun at grassroots levels.
Ababu na Mwamba.
A silver lining on the horizon came with the as the sports cabinet secretary after he swiftly reinstated the Football Kenya Federation Executive Committee by 2022, just FIFA. This era.
FIFA has officially lifted the ban on Kenya. To lift this ban was arrived at on Friday, the 25th of this month. That was Friday last week. After my engagement with the president of FIFA, Mr. Gianni Infantino, in Doha.
I am happy to announce today that we have joined our brothers and sisters in Uganda and Tanzania in mounting a joint bid to the Confederation of African Football for the opportunity to host the 2027 edition of Africa Cup of Nations, commonly known as AFCON.
When the Confederation of African Football invited bids for the 2025 CHAN and 2027 African Cup of Nations, Kenya, Uganda and Tanzania united under the East African Pamoja bid, an unprecedented regional partnership championed by the 3 heads of the state.
The country uh, 27 is
moment on September 27, The East African Pamoja bid was officially selected to host the Nations. Across the region, but there was no time to rest. Began.
That our three formidable teams to be counted among the numbers we want to compete for the trophy.
Kenya's main stadium, Nyayo and Kasarani. The same fate befell Uganda's Nambole. Plans were rolled out immediately. But come July 2024, Ababu Namwamba was replaced by Kipchumba Murkomen as Sports Cabinet Secretary, pattern of one of the country's most ambitious sporting projects. CAF President Patrice Motsepe visited Kenya in September 2024 for the first inspection, after which he brought more good news. Kenya, Uganda and Tanzania African Nations Championship CHAN in February.
Winning African nations against European or any others, because the excitement
Structure forced CAF to August 2025. Since then, in against time, ensuring all stadiums and training facilities are ready. Secretary and Interior CS inspection tours alongside chaired by before handing over in December 2024 to sports docket Salim Mvurya. Kenya is set to host Group A matches featuring Angola, DR Congo, Morocco and Zambia. Group B matches will be played in Tanzania, parading Burkina Faso, Mauritania, Central African Republic and Madagascar. Group C will unfold in Uganda, where Algeria, Niger will lock horns. Will host the Congo, Nigeria. All stadiums have since been handed over to CAF, a milestone in Kenya's football resurgence. According to Mvurya, Kenya isn't just preparing to host the continent, but it's laying the field.
This is not just it is an opportunity for our nation's pride. Playing on Sunday, and we still urge Kenyans, to turn out in large numbers. Those who are not able, KBC airing live the matches, and no room for any.
Here's for her first match in the 2024 Africa Nation, or rather National Championships CHAN tournament against the Democratic Republic. Kenyans have exuded confidence in the national team, Harambee Stars, as the co-hosts of the Soccer Championship. Here are some of the views and expectations.
KBC tunaomba timetable yenu ya venye kutakuwa kule, vile fixtures zitakuwa za hizo game zote, mtu aweze kujua, mtu ajue zile game ataona na time, na tutashukuru pia mkituletea live kwa TV na Nyayo anaonea kwa TV.
Kama Barcelona FC, kwa hiyo endelea on a Monday Kasarani, tuna expect to gain more kwa players wenye wanatoka ka Uganda, na tuna hope vitu watafanya huko zitakuwa enjoying.
Experience yetu ni coach other countries na Kenya vile watachezea game yenye inachezewa Kasarani. Hope to God kuna mtu anaweza tu support tuende tukaoch juu kama kwa madem coach game ya maboy hii ya CHAN tunaweza pata experience mingi.
Na soka tunajivunia, manake CHAN ni kivutio cha uchumi, wala mahoteli. Kwa hizo siku itakuwa hapa Kenya. Kwa mara ya kwanza kushiriki kwamba ili wainue nchi kisoka peke yake itambulike hata
Harambee Stars kimimi kama Mkenya tunaamini vijana wetu wadogo, kwanza venye ambavyo timu venye ambavyo iko, tunaamini hii kitu tumesema ni yetu, haitaenda kokote, maana nasema mcheza kwao utuzwa. Sasa ni wakati wetu wa kutuzwa.
Kama sasa najua iko na young players ambao wenye watakuwa forward wakijaribu kutupatia mabao. Najua Kenya ita perform vyema, especially sasa tuko na Beni Makadhi akiwa kocha. Mimi najua hii timu yetu itaenda mbali.
Tuna matumaini sana watakuwa na bali moja, ndio at least tukitegemea ile Africa Cup of Nations tutakuwa salama.
Wale vijana wadogo wale wenye wanaweza cheza mpira akaachana na wale wambavi wa kitambo. Kwa hivyo tukue na matumaini tunaweza shinda hii ligi.
Mimi sasa hizi siweka Kenya kwa level ya hizi viwango za chini za kawaida. Naweza sema inaweza cheza internationally na ifike hata kucheza kwa hizi tuseme intercontinentally. Sasa unaona kwa mfano sasa hizi venye iko kwa hii chance. Kumaanisha Kenya sasa hizi si ati kitu tunaitazamia kawaida venye wote tunacheza na hizi countries zetu za Eastern Africa.
Tunawatakia heri njema wanapoenda kucheza mpira. Unajua wataperform mzuri.
Nashukuru sana vijana wa Kenya, muendelee namna hiyo, na Harambee Stars ndio hoye mara tatu.
Corporation management is tonight calling on into the excitement of CHAN 2024 by partnering and advertising with the national broadcaster through KBC Channel 1 and its affiliated radio stations. Through the corporation's brand manager, the national broadcaster has boasted its national reach to position for brands seeking to expand visibility during the tournament. The call was made during the on-ground activation for CHAN 2024 at KBC's grounds.
Clock ticks towards the Continental tournament. And arm of broadcasting at KBC were on Friday replaced by the rhythm of celebrifying on-ground activation 2024. Excitement quickly. As staff stepped into the note with their microphones. Dancing skills turned up to celebrate the upcoming.
KBC imekujali kwamba katika radio pamoja na TV tunakuletea matangazo haya mbashara. Tia miadi nasi kwa sababu tumejiandaa vilivyo kuweza kuhakikisha kwamba mtu wangu unapata raha. Wewe kazi yako kama una ticket, kaa pale home, panguza sofa set vizuri, alafu unakaa ange, una make sure unapata ball live. Hapa tubahatishi, tunakupatia vile ilivyo, pass baada ya pass, mchezaji baada ya mchezaji.
The broadcasters' fans who turned up for the chance to display their skills and prowess in the they expressed their expectations ahead of
nimefurahia sana ya kuwa KBC watatuletea michezo hii ya CHAN. Ningependa kueleza furaha yangu ya kuwa ninatarajia Kenya itaweza kuongoza michezo hii na we will be able to emerge victorious in this competition. I urge all Kenyans to tune in to KBC, your national broadcaster, and watch CHAN 2025.
So from tomorrow we have we are starting from 11 to 1 extravaganza. It will be known as CHAN Eco KBC, of course, Nani CHAN na gospel. Then in the afternoon we pick it up with Game On. It is then we hand over to Team Dunda for Kiswahili analysis before we go to the pre-match analysis. So we'll have a lot of fanfare, we'll have a lot of giveaways to give. And of course, we'll be live with the opening match from Tanzania, Benjamin Mkapa Stadium at 8 p.m.
KBC's brand manager, Jacqueline Aseka, took the opportunity to rally investors across the country of the Continental tournament ties with the national broadcast.
KBC to be the main broadcasters of this CHAN. CHAN is a prestigious tournament, really, and as KBC, remember, we are the only channel, we are the only station that enables Kenyans and the world to really tell the African story through sport. So we are happy, we are encouraging all sponsors, all advertisers, all these corporates to join hands and come and advertise with KBC during this period and enjoy telling the African story through sports. Karibuni sana.
To foster a deep relationship from KBC in fan-centered sports content 2024.
Now, Kenyans will get a chance to enjoy a live coverage of the CHAN 2024 tournament that is set to run from tomorrow, 2nd of August 2020 to the 30th of August 2025. On TV and all the affiliated radio stations, even as we continue to remind you that KBC is your true sports partner. John Kahiro, Channel 1 News, Nairobi.
Call it this or that, but it is what it was, the way they wanted it to be, their dream wedding. We are talking about this week's VJ Patello and D that gave warriors extraordinary energy to type, especially after the groom claimed the wedding consumed millions. Savage netizens is up next.
This is a week that has left some netizens. They had a love like Patello's and D. So, how do they wish for such kind of love?
All eyes on me, come a Tupac.
In entrance, followed netizens were tangible love that would give the award-winning show. The captivating wedding between V of his life D left aghast. Since it was not a typical wedding itinerary, some netizens were confused as they tried to catch up with the day's event. A confused route, hii harusi sikuielewa kutoka mwanzo.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, £50 per person. A family of 4.
Pinky wondered, hii ni content ama reality?
Hakuna harusi imeni impress na imenishangaza at the same time kama hiyo. Yani na watch tu na shangaa.
Myra thoughts, mi nimedhani ni maandamano. But a moment that also spoke to the netizens is how the exchange of vows was executed. For the groom and bride decided it needed not to be a speechy moment. Rich wife ruled, hii harusi hata wazazi hawakuji na marafiki.
Aro 14 supu 14 bora zetu akembeshe along lilo.
Maripaz was keen on dressing code commented, bwana harusi pekee ndio amevaa suti. Suit Patello and D's wedding challenge.
Romeo na Juliet, Patello na D. Pia mi na die love like this. Romeo na Juliet, Patello na D. Na die love like this, na die love. Pia mi na die love like this, na die love like this, na die love.
While we dwell on the so not ordinary events of the week, CHAN taking place from this weekend, has left netizens with a lot to say, especially after Interior CS Kipchumba Murkomen asked Kenyans to be in their best behavior.
For Kenyans, I think let's be at our best behavior because we're having visitors around.
What are you saying? What is he saying?
Ajo commented, "Tulia mzee uone mambo."
Tulia!
1GB with 0 chills road. Mutufiche basi tusionekane.
Shanzi sana.
Sinta Chikili, you don't worry. You just let the visitors come.
They will not believe. They will not believe. They will not believe.
Seems more drama is yet to unfold, but for now, how about we wind up with this week's best banger?
Romeo na Juliet. Pia mina die love like this. Andi Romeo na Pia mina die love like this. Na die love like this. Na die love. Pia mina die love this. Na Pia mina die love like this.
That Chan iko KBC, so don't forget to tune in. See you next week on Savage Netizens for Easy Friday. I am Teresa Mutai.
Thank you. Always putting a smile. Now we change gears to business news. We're to the Galana Kulalu Food Security Project is set to improve after completion of the new Sabaki Galana Kulalu Bridge. % complete. Water and Irrigation Cabinet Secretary Eric Muga, while on an inspection of the Galana project, says Selu Limited is 1,060 acres and plans to expand the cropped land to 3,200 acres by the end of this year.
The Galana Kulalu pilot maize phase began on a 500-acre delivered an estimated 1,200 tons, 5 bags per acre. 2 years later, large-scale commercial seed maize expanded to over 700 acres with government by October 1,000 acres. 6. The project of key farm inputs such as seeds and fertilizer, as well as farm produce during the harvesting period.
If you go to irrigation schemes like Moya, where 2 seasons of production and a ratoon season, that is only possible because of the availability of water. But here, because of unpredictability of the canal's supply, the contractor is not able to achieve the 2 seasons and also the ratoon season.
The Sabaki Galana Kulalu Bridge is a challenge. According to Secretary Eric Muga, the Sabaki Galana Bridge will to the Galana Kulalu scheme, transport costs and chain efficiency.
The proponent has irrigated, planted 1,060 acres of seed maize. The maize is at different levels because planting started in May, and we have crop at different levels.
The maize crop at the Galana Kulalu October, the making Galana Kulalu key food hub for Kenya.
Public and prioritize timely, transparent and sustainability-aligned reporting to strengthen investor confidence and unlock long-term growth. This was the rally call by regulators during the launch of the Financial Reporting Awards 2025, which seeks to foster compliance to international financial and accountability across sectors.
Environmental, social and governance factors become decision-making globally. Regulators in Kenya say the time is ripe for institutions to fully embrace ESG integration in their reporting frameworks.
Look to is
the depth and the detail that is contained in the financial reports and also some of the other investor briefing reports that are pushed out by our listed companies.
Being a new standard, we need to build capacity on the same. And we have taken it upon ourselves having sensation whereby we're able to build capacity among the preparers of financial reports so that they're able to prepare based on what is required.
If you are sure your money is properly accounted for, then we don't have a reason, and that's why we have the National Retirement Benefits Policy, also called upon SMEs and also individuals who are not members of pension schemes to be able to start contributing to.
Despite growing awareness of ESG principles, challenges such as lack of reliable data persist, with regulators noting are missing to showcase social.
Taken it up from a sector-specific perspective, where we have those in the agricultural sector, those in the financial sector, especially the banking industry, the insurance. We have been carrying out capacity building initiatives.
We are working very closely to ensure the templates they spoke about, they are simplified, and of course the processes, the mechanisms which are required are being built so that we have data available to allow what is supposed to be reported through the standards.
The Financial Reporting Award edition recognizes that demonstrate excellence in financial and sustainability reporting. And for easy.
The cost of goods and services increased marginally in July to 4.1%, marking a 3-month high. The Kenya National Bureau of Statistics attribute the inflation to the scarcity of key food staples such as maize, potatoes, and vegetables, driving up food prices.
Food and non-alcoholic beverages, the inflation in the beverages category, it was 6.8%. Transport stood at 4.1%, and housing, water, electricity, gas and other fuels 1.3% over the 1-year period. These 3 major categories together account for over 57% of the total weight across the 13 major expenditure categories. Additionally, alcoholic beverages, tobacco and narcotics recorded a price surge of 5.1% in July 2025. Overall, monthly inflation was at 0.1% in July compared to earlier monthly report. Target by the Central Bank of 0.5% in the short term. Easy Friday.
Now we take a look at the sports news. Former Harambee Stars striker and all-time second highest goal scorer Dennis Olech has been unveiled as the brand for Pamoja African Nations Championship CHAN. This was announced by Sports Cabinet Secretary Salim Mvurya, who also said that the government was finalizing a review of the Sports Act that will provide medical insurance for former national players.
Kenya during their prime while representing their legends include and 10 caps for the national team and alongside Bobo Gola, James Nando and Kenya's second all-time top scorer. Friday morning, the Ministry of Sports hosted the legends at Kasarani Stadium ahead of the CHAN 2024 kickoff. During the event, Dennis Olech was officially unveiled as the Pamoja CHAN brand ambassador. Sports Cabinet Secretary Salim Mvurya announced that the government is finalizing a review of the Sports Act, which will allow former national team players to benefit from medical insurance.
I know in 2014 there was an effort to recognize personalities. But now what we want to do is to put it in our legislation and put it in policy so that it is not scattered. We have a systematic way of recognizing our legends. In 2014, I think a few of you were recognized. And also in March this year, We approved a scheme, which benefited around 10 legends at 500,000. But I think what we have decided is to institutionalize this kind of recognition so that we can be fair and we can reach out to all of you.
In addition, the Football Kenya Federation has pledged to provide accreditation and preferential seating for the legends to all FKF Premier League matches this coming season, with plans underway to establish a Hall of Fame.
We will also put in place measures of ensuring or programs that will ensure after retirement, when the footballers, the current footballers also retire, that they will have some kind of pension or a circle that will be able to take care of their needs in retirement or as they transition.
Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda continental football history this weekend as the first countries to jointly host the African Nations Championship, CHAN. The 19 teams are in Dar es Salaam until the 30th of the milestone in regional cooperation, which is a key preparatory step for the 2027. CHAN features only players who compete in their respective domestic leagues, offering a rare chance to shine. The joint hosting arrangement is a growing capacity to organize major sporting events. With over 2,000 players, officials, fans, and media personnel expected to participate, the tournament is set to generate significant economic activity throughout the region. The opening match will see host Tanzania tomorrow evening at the Benjamin Mkapa in Dar es Salaam. Catch all the action live on KBC Channel 1 and across 13 affiliate KBC radio stations. It will be a dream final for fans at the Games as former champions Musingu boys from Kakamega County squares it out with St. Joseph's boys Kitale from Trans Nzoia County in the boys football finals. Jobo pipped Agai Mixed Secondary School in the first semis before Musingu avenged their last year's defeat in the final by dethroning defending champions. Highway Secondary School in the other semi-final. Achola Simon's report.
Before a packed Mumia Sports Complex, favourites St. Joseph's Boys High School Kitale made quick work of Nyanza champions Agai Mixed Secondary School to sail through to this year's boys football finals. St. Joseph's Boys hit 3 past the Nyanza representatives, killing hopes of any upset in today's first semis. In the second semis, Musingu Boys High School, they suffered in the last year's finals against eventual winners Highway High School by beating defending champions by 3-2. Giants Butere Girls and Madira Girls medal after they made quick work of their opponents in the semi. They beat Nyanza champs Kobala Girls while Madira beat Nasokol Girls.
Lakini pia sisi pia wamecheza vizuri, kuna nafasi zao walipata lakini hawakutumia.
Pia nataka congratulate my fellow teammates
and thank God for the win. We are heading to the final for the third time in a row in 3 consecutive years. We are going for the trophy. The girls are psyched up. Where we are coming from has been tough, but now we are only remaining with 1 step.
The girls will battle it out against awaits all teams that have qualified for the final in the East African Games slated for August in Kakamega. Simon is the Friday, Kakamega County.
Thank you, Acholata Simon. It's been 2 hours as we were bringing you the eve, or rather the preparations, Kenya's preparedness as well as KBC preparedness on this eve of the 8th edition of the African Nations Championships. The first match kicks off tomorrow, so be ready to also support our Harambee Stars, the national team. My name is Wairimu Njenga. Have a great weekend.
Hello dear Kenyans, my name is Hussein Mohamed, FKF President. I take this opportunity to welcome you to enjoy the CHAN competitions as East Africa hosts this prestigious tournament.